today at the beautiful Port Macquarie Golf Club, beautiful sunny day, with Peta Pinson, our lovely Mayor of the Port Macquarie-Hastings Council. Hello. Just a few questions. I'm sure you're going to be easily answered. What are you most proud of in the last 12 months in your role as Mayor?
Sure. I would say the December election, being re-elected for another term, was a great achievement, but coming in with a team to support me as well, because it's really important that you have a team behind you to get things achieved. Local government is still political, there's politics at play, and it's really important that you have people to support you. So the delivery of a $288 million budget for the benefit of the community is probably a really proud moment for me.
And what are some of the key things that are going to be achieved from that budget? It's an awful lot of money.
It is, and we're halfway through it, of course, because we're starting a new year and we've got 6 months of this budget to go.
So it only goes to...
It goes 12 months, so from June to June.
Yeah.
So we're 6 months into that. It was really important for me as Mayor, with a supportive team, to be able to send a message to the community to say core business is our priority. This is what council needs to focus on. So our road network, we all know how bad our road network is, and we've really put a lot of money in the last 6 months into the road network and repairing the infrastructure, especially some of our major arterial roads. And a classic example of that at the moment is Kennedy Drive. But not only that, our sewer network. We haven't made significant investments in those areas in a long period of time. And, it's time to get real and be honest and, own up to that and be accountable. So a lot of money has been put into our sewer network and also our stormwater network. And we've seen from the last couple of years... Last couple of years of the rain.
All CBD, Port Macquarie's industrial area.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're trying to rectify or help with that?
Absolutely. Well, bear in mind, a lot of this infrastructure, when it was planned back in the day, is 50 plus years old.
Oh, easily.
And isn't coping with, obviously, the growth. And we've seen high growth rate, especially in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So we really need to invest in those areas. And we have been, and I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, that's good. Now, what is the most challenging, on a day-to-day basis, part of your job as Mayor? Do you feel?
I guess I see opportunity and challenges. The most frustrating, if I were to put it that way, is dealing with bureaucracy, whether it be at a local government level within our own political backyard or at a state level. So there's a lot of legislation that we're hamstrung by. So that really frustrates me, but I'm certainly a person who makes it known exactly what I think and how I feel, and I go into bat for our community and have done since day one.
So is that on a council meeting?
Council meetings can be challenging because you have to remember that there are 9 individual councillors that have been elected.
And now your team's 5 of those.
We have a team of 5 that came in on the Team Pinson ticket.
So they all get a vote?
We all get a vote. When we come into the chamber, we all come in as individuals. But the people that came in on my ticket were people that I felt were like-minded and most aligned to the community values and expectations. So in saying all of that, it can be challenging in the chamber because we have differences of opinion and some people see things differently, and that's democracy, I guess. And certainly you see it at play in some of the council meetings.
It would be interesting to be a fly on the wall sometimes, I'd imagine. Yeah. What do you hope to achieve in 2023? You've mentioned that you want to spend that money on the budget, within your budget, which is good for infrastructure, but what else?
Well, we've got a plan of a blueprint, and which is a helicopter view of our region, which is looking at where the growth areas are, where the pinch points are going to be, where responsible development should occur and where it shouldn't occur. And that's really important to our community at the moment too, is development. There's a lot of infill development happening, and people are rightly so becoming quite upset about it because we seem to be having...
What do you mean by infill?
Well, infill development, you may have lived next door to a vacant block of land that's quite large for many, many years, and then all of a sudden a development is proposed for that block of land.
So you're in a residential area,
Absolutely.
so you're living in a little house area and they want to put a duplex, 2-storey.
Well, they might want to put 14
That's what I
duplexes
mean.
in.
Yeah.
So that's called
That's what you
infill.
mean.
Yeah, infill development. And that's upsetting people, and, it puts pressure, obviously, parking, garbage services, stormwater, sewer. So as we grow, all of these services, actually, they're required more of these services.
Of course, because more people.
100%. So, the thing is, right down to traffic. We have to think about traffic. The amount of traffic that's going to turn off a road into a development that may have 14 townhouses on it.
So in your mind, where's the big growth area do you think will be in the next 12 months in the region?
Our biggest growth
area.
area.
There's not much land left in Port, is there?
There's a lot of land left in Port, actually.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when we call Port,
Yeah.
I think Port as in the Port Macquarie-Hastings region.
Yeah.
So,
no, I'm sort of saying, Port Macquarie's here, then you've got Wharhope, Laurel.
yeah, so look, I would say the Camden Haven is our largest growth area, and then out west in the Beechwood area.
Yeah, well, I'm a Pattenbarrow girl. Cannot get over the amount of houses in there now.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. And can you believe it? Even with all of these houses, we have a housing crisis.
Well, that's what I was going to say. There's nothing wrong with the duplex because of the block of land. You've got to make the most out of the footprint you've got.
Well, the legislation of the state government allows these developments to happen, but let's also keep in mind that there are reasons why we came to live in this beautiful region, and we don't want it to be totally overpopulated and ruined. So we have to be really considerate about the types of development we're allowing, and we're going to be having those discussions this year, and I'm looking forward to that. And that feeds back into the conversation of the blueprint, having that high level, looking down over our region to be sympathetic to our environment, obviously, because we have beautiful environment, and looking after that as well, because that's one of the top 5 priorities for our community is that our environment is not damaged through our growth and through development.
And you welcome communities' input
all the time.
How do they contact you?
Well, we have engagement sessions when things are happening. There's a have you say. Community gets to report any concerns that they have through the website. We have apps that they can go online and actually report concerns. Like it could be a tree down, it could be a pothole, it could be graffiti. I want people to think about this. The moment they get up in the morning to the moment they go to bed at the night, council touches their lives in some way, shape or form. So we really have a huge responsibility on behalf of our community to look after the health, well-being and I guess happiness of the people that live in our region.
It's good you think like that. Now, here comes your curveball. I think you're going to run for state politics. Why?
Why not? I was asked.
I knew you were going to say that.
I was asked.
Okay, you was asked.
I've been asked probably for the last...
Has you been there for how long?
This is my 6th year.
So how many? 6 years?
Yeah.
So that's 2.5 times.
So I'm in my 2nd term. So, look, I've been an independent, although people have wanted to paint me with particular colours. I've had my own independency. I've never in my life, and I'm almost 54, never in my life been aligned with a political party. But I'm a Conservative voter.
So you go state politics, what are you running as?
So I joined the National Party. And I joined the National Party because A, they asked me, and B, because I align with their values. And the other thing is that the National Party represents the regions, rural regional Australia. And rural regional New South Wales is where the bulk of the people are moving to since COVID. People have reassessed their lives.
Shooting through from the mad city, aren't they?
They are.
Shouldn't say mad.
They've reassessed their lives, and so they're coming to regions like ours for a better lifestyle. Now, if I put my mayor hat on, it's my job as the leader of council to ensure we're providing that better lifestyle. If I put my candidate hat on, it's my job to ensure I'm elected so I can represent the concerns of the constituents at a state level as well.
So when's that election?
March 25 will be the election day, and then we have pre-polling the lead up to, which is a week out. But for me, campaigning, I guess, will start after Australia Day.
This year?
Yes, this year.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So when's your term as our mayor in?
So September 2024. Yes, I can.
Oh, you can?
I
So
can.
you're gonna?
I am.
Oh, you're gonna. Are ya?
I'm gonna.
No,
So,
well,
and that's
a lot of people wouldn't want to lose you because you have been pretty proactive.
Oh, thank you. And look, I've worked really hard in this job to gain the trust and confidence of our community.
Because I'm sure you'll handle the workload, because people know you used to have, you still got the business, but you took a big step back to worry about our area.
I did.
So you've got to.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
And you've got how many people under you? 5, 4.
I've got
team.
staff. Oh, look,
No,
I've got the deputy mayor. The deputy mayor is on my team, and I have the councillors.
Who's that?
Adam Roberts.
Adam,
Yeah. So Adam Roberts is a great support for me. He's a wonderful deputy mayor, and he is, I consulted with my team beforehand.
Okay.
I've got the support of our CEO, Dr. Claire Allen. I've got a wonderful EA in Linda Costas, and I've joined an exceptional team in the National Party who I'm going to represent the region and the seat of Port Macquarie the best way I can as the candidate. Now, there's a difference between being a candidate and being the member, and the difference is that as a candidate you're asking for the vote. As the member, you are then 100% invested in representing the interests of the community. That would be Leslie Williams, who left the National Party to become a Liberal.
So she's going to run again?
That's the man, Leslie Williams.
Sure, in there with you. Gloves on and going to go to bat.
Absolutely.
You have gloves on when you go to bat? I think you might. Well, that's good. But I'm happy to hear that you're going to take on the 2 roles. That's all the questions I've got. Anything else you want to particularly add?
I think this is we sit in a very opportunistic time here in our region, and we're a well-known region. Certainly we're put on the map at Christmas time in December 2022 with our wonderful decorated Christmas tree. And you know what I love about that story is that Australians are quirky, and it was a quirky tree, and a lot of people embraced that.
Yeah, I actually wish you had kept it.
Well, you know what? There were so many people that in the beginning were so upset, and I don't want to see my community upset. And I'm a servant leader, so if my community is upset, then I will do my utmost to make sure that their wants, wishes, and needs are represented. So we decided the best thing we could do was put up the traditional Christmas tree and take down the other. But you know what? I'm promising our community for Christmas in 2023, we're going to have another crack at that Christmas tree, and we're actually going to come back bigger, better, and stronger than ever.
And hope the wind doesn't cause a kerfuffle again.
But you know what? The other thing is the Christmas tree represented the resilience that we've been through over the last few years. I think we all sort of aligned with that Christmas tree, thinking, we all feel a little bit that way. Our lights are a bit dishevelled and our baubles a little displaced, but. For me, I guess that was a moment where Port Macquarie was put on the map. So something really great came out of something that was challenging.
It's not often you turn on the TV and here's Port Macquarie on the national news.
Yeah,
or as we said, somebody in in South America's seen Port Macquarie's Christmas tree.
Absolutely.
Sometimes bugger ups lead to good things.
Absolutely, and we're Australians, so we need to have a laugh at our own expense too, right?
Now Australia Day's coming up. We've forgotten about that one.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that? What's Australia Day mean to you?
It's a really special time for me. As mayors, we are the only people who are able to take people from their homeland country and welcome them as new Australian citizens. That's very powerful. It is very emotional. I'm getting goosebumps telling you about it, but every time I do Australian citizenship ceremony, it's different, it's the same. And this Australia Day, when people decide, and I think we have 38 conferees, maybe a little bit more by now, there are 38 people who will stand before me, and we together will walk through the ceremony, and at the end of it they will become proud Australians. What a great part of the job, right? What a great part of the job. So Australia Day for me is about that, first and foremost. Secondly,
so that's welcoming new Australians from other countries.
Absolutely.
Why is that important?
Australia is a melting pot of multiculturalism, and for that we're better, we're stronger, and I think we're more accepting. And I've seen the changes in the last 30 years in Port Macquarie alone. Once upon a time,
different cultures adds to diversity.
Once upon a time, the only people that were in the Port Macquarie region were white Anglo-Saxons. And they were retirees, the bulk of them as well. Now, you look at Port Macquarie-Hastings region today, we see such a diversity from every corner of the globe. We are seeing such a change in our demographic of age. We're not a retirement village anymore. And those who do retire here, they are the most active seniors I've ever met. So we have schools that are bursting at the seams. We have young families moving here. We have professionals that have so much to offer. The value of our region is so much greater for the diversity that we have.
Very good. What do you say to businesses in 2023 here? Because you're such a business person as well.
So what's your hope for businesses in 2023?
Look, I think always look for opportunity and try to bring something niche into your market. And I can say that because my husband and I are business people, and I look at life through a commercial lens, and invest some time in growing your own personal work as well. So, find mentors, read books, go on and look at blogs or podcasts, because it's really important that you surround yourself with energetic, motivated people. There's nothing worse than feeling unmotivated, disempowered, frustrated and sad about a business that you're creating. So, because if you don't feel great about your business, what's your customers going to feel? I think 2023 is going to be a difficult time for some industries, but for others, they're going to flourish because the opportunities are going to present.
International Year of Hope.
Yeah, well, I have hope every year, so it doesn't have to be just the year of hope.
Yeah, I think they must have done that because of COVID, because of bushfires, because of everything else. You've got to hope it's going to get better, don't you? As a farmer, I do.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty rough trial.
It has, and we've been challenged. It's come from everywhere.
Yeah.
If we haven't been in a pandemic, we've been in flood. If we haven't been in flood, we've been in bushfires. If we haven't been in that, we've been in drought.
Yeah. Which affects everybody, not just farmers.
Banjo Patterson wrote about that.
How long ago was that?
Yeah.
Land of
flooding rains.
Yeah.
Droughts. Yes.
Yeah.
So, from a business perspective, if there's any advice I can give business people, is surround yourself with good people that are there to support you, because when you're in business, goodness knows you need supporting. So, just look for those opportunities in business. They're there if you look hard enough. And, for us, for my husband Craig and I, we actually looked on how we could be niche in the marketplace we were in, and we really built our business and have become very successful in that niche market.
And that's why we have the micro business forum to help the small business owners here.
Yeah,
so they don't feel alone.
I think that's great. And let me tell you, when my husband first started in business, he was a micro business. He was one man with Bobcat. and then that one man with Bobcat turned into two men and two Bobcats, and now we're an international business. So, you know, you start small and you grow, and that growth takes time.
I was trying to think of the saying. What is it? Little things grow or something, but it's better.
From little things, big things grow.
Things grow. That's it. From little things, big things grow.